guys going live?
Good evening and welcome to V8's Online's live and exclusive coverage of the round 7 of the Grand Am tonight. We've got, I'd like to thank our sponsors, V8's Online Superstore, Track Racer and Thrustmaster. Your host Clayton Brooks, filling in for Matty Hill who's away on a business trip. And alongside me I've got Scotty Griffiths. How are you, mate?
Alright, Brooksy, how you going tonight?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Looking forward to the race from iconic Daytona International Speedway. It's under lights. Should be a good race tonight.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to have a pretty good field. Plenty of DPs racing tonight, by the looks of it.
Yeah, we've definitely got a spike in the number of DPs this week, which is good. Been a sort of bit of a McLaren fest of late.
Yeah, it gives the DP guys a chance to open its legs on this track.
Yeah, that's something we're going to touch on throughout the night. The draft around here, because they use much 3/4 of the Daytona Oval. The draft is going to be especially important. If you want to win this race, you're going to have to break the draft from the guy behind.
Yeah,
We'll just bring up the championship standings as they stand right now at the start of round 7. We've got Steve Vainhurst leading the Rileys ahead of Christopher Osborne, Anthony Kernich, fellow truck commentator, in third, Christopher Green in fourth, Alex Lam in fifth, Michael Schreier in sixth, Barron in seventh, Jason Brimcombe in eighth, Martin Carroll ninth, and Barry Kennedy in 10th. And I believe you've got the standings for the McLaren there, Scotty.
Yeah, mate. McLaren's, we've got Blake Copper leading Dylan Sharman by 132 points. Jonathan Solani at 195 back. David Arnold 259 back. David Hingston, Andrew Lee, Andrew Wren, Rorik back, Lucas Sartori, and Barry Kennedy.
That's all right, mate. That's a hard name, mate. I'm glad you got the McLarens.
Thanks for that, mate. Yeah, Barry Kennedy getting the start. I feel it's by the looks of it.
Yeah, he's doing well.
Good effort to be in the top 10 in both classes.
Yeah, he's certainly splitting his time between the cars, which is good.
Yeah, that'd be quite difficult to get both going at that kind of pace.
Just give me a second. I'm getting my race preview up. Just unorganised as usual.
I've got it here. Location Daytona Beach, of course. 5.690 Ks, 11 turns. Race distance is going to be approximately 28 laps for the DPs, and GT3 class probably about 27 laps.
Yeah, that's right. We've got about 21 cars. We've got 8 Rileys, and we've got a strength of field of 3938 for the Rileys, and a strength of field of 3596 for the GT3 McLarens. As you can see, the temp's a little lower, being a night race for them.
Yeah, I think the colder track temp seems to be affecting the surface this week. A lot of the guys complaining of very low grip in both the McLaren and the DPs.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. I've heard quite a few drivers down around the pit garages talking about the low. Usually a night race will provide a little bit faster racing, but yeah, there's a lot of people complaining about no grip out there tonight. got the starting grid up. We got George Sandman op pole position, which is good to see George Sandman back. Christopher Osborne in second. Anthony Kernich is starting out at third. Bernard Berger in fourth. Steve Venus, our championship leader, out of fifth. Sismon Twartz in sixth. Matty Barron in seventh. And Christopher Green rounds out the eighth Riley.
Yeah, I got the GT grid. We've got Dylan Sharman on pole from Blake Coppo, Giacomo, Fabio Gonzalez, Craig Spark, David Hingston, David Arnold, Wayne Burke, Warwick Spack, Mitchell Abrahall, and over the page we've got Wayne Hewitt, Andrew Redden, and Corey Osborne running at the field.
There's one noticeable thing there. Dylan Sharman sort of had the rub of the green. Definitely, he's been dominating this series. But Blake Coppo's right there with him, both doing a 43.2, so less than a tenth away. I was watching Blake Coppo's qualifying lap, and he managed to get a very good draft off Dylan of all people. So yeah, it's going to be very hard. They're going to have to break this draft, I think.
Yeah, they're giving it each other a bit of niggle in qualifying. Blake actually in the qualifying session was about 0.3 faster, but Dylan must have posted a better time a bit early in another session.
I believe we've got Squeezer, Matty Barron on the mic. Have you got us there, mate?
Hey guys, how you going?
Not too bad, mate. Looking forward to tonight's race.
I was before I found out the track didn't have much grip about an hour ago, so that's a little bit disappointing, but the car feels alright after the first couple of laps, so it should be alright towards the end of the race.
Yeah, there's you're coming out of 7th position, 45 minutes, mate. I think with the track having no grip, if you just keep it clean, you might find yourself up a few spots.
Well, I did the last qualifying session, so I could not start at the back, but that seems to not have worked, so hopefully the draft plays a big factor and I can pass some guys around the oval section, so it should be some good fun.
What's the car like on fuel and tyre wear in the 45-minute distance?
To tell you the truth, I have no idea. I haven't put 4 laps together in practice, so...
Oh, it could be interesting viewing then.
Oh, that's the plan.
Cars are just about halfway through their formation lap. We might let you go, mate, and get your head into the zone for the race. Good luck.
Cheers, guys.
Good luck, mate.
Dylan Sharman's controlling the McLarens. He's just dropped a little bit, customary for the GT3 cars. Get a bit of a break to the faster Rileys up in front.
Yeah, they I guess the closing rate on the DPs around here is going to be fairly quick, especially into a couple of those little chicanes.
Yeah, that's right. It's full 5 seconds, 6 seconds even. The fast running Rileys have got over the fast running McLaren, so that is a big time difference. The difference in speed is huge at the end of the by the time they get to turn 1, so they will be closing very quick. Cars are making their way around onto the back straight of the Daytona International Speedway. I'll just take this final little bus stop chicane and they'll get organised for the start of the race.
There we've got the flashing arrow leading into the chicane. Make sure everyone knows where they're going at the night race. And Anthony Kernich's bright green car to definitely a standout once again.
Yeah, you can't miss him out there, can you? Especially under lights, it's really glowing tonight.
Definitely good to see Sam. Hopefully, we could see him over the next couple of weeks, and it might entice some of the Euro guys to get back in on this great little championship.
Yeah, definitely a very fast driver in the Riley, so I'm sure he'll be back. He can't stay away too long. as they come around onto the home straight now to just wait for the pace car to go into pit lane. Pace car heads in, Sandman's got control and he's gone. Sandman's blasted away straight away and he's got a good jump on Christopher Osborne, who cuts down to cover Anthony Kernich heading into turn 1.
Yeah, just watching the McLarens they just get the green. Coppo and Sharman side by side as they head into turn 1. Yeah, Bruno's jumped into second place on the inside of Blake, heading into the first big break.
Yeah, heading back up to the Rileys, we've got Matty Barron and who's that? Christopher Green. They were side by side there. Who's just got in front? As they just about to head out onto the oval part of the track for the first time. Fabio, he's made a pass by Spark, but
pushing Spark a little bit wide.
Yeah, and Dave Hingston's taken advantage of it as well.
And hopefully Fabio has some good luck. On the last couple of rounds I've watched, he's been on the receiving end of some very bad luck. So it's front three McLaren guys have already kind of got a little gap on them.
I was just about to mention Dylan Sharman's tried very hard that first lap to get a bit of a break. He's going to work extremely hard these first few laps to get the guys behind out of his draft. As we got Bruno dropping back.
Yeah, Bruno's let Copper pass in the inside going into turn 3 of what the normal Daytona Oval is. Dropping way back. He's got a cut. Might have got a cut track penalty.
Yeah, first I might thought he may have been readdressing, but the pass was clean. Yeah, it definitely must have been a cut track penalty, I think. As he's falling right back into the clutches of Dave Hingston now. But up the front of the race, we got Chris Osborne all over the back of George Sandman, and Anthony Kernich isn't letting these guys get away either.
No, I've been waiting for this little battle all season, Osborne and Sandman. Osborne's definitely been the class of the field in the DPs for the last few weeks, and it looks like this week he might have a pretty good challenger in Sandman.
Yeah, Sandman's a very handy steerer. I think he's been crowned champion in this series a couple of times, so he's definitely no slouch in the car, but neither's Osborne. He's really come on strong since sort of giving up the V8 and driving the Riley full time.
Yeah, you really see the draft getting into that bus stop chicane there.
The guy that's getting the biggest advantage out of this at the moment is Anthony Kernich. He'd be able to massive top speed.
Yeah, Osborne trying to go around the outside of Sandman going into turn 1.
You could really see the draft working in effect there. Osborne able to get up out the outside of Sandman and Kernich right behind.
Yeah, just watching the battle up front with on board with Anthony Kernich.
The rest of the Rileys are sort of spread out a little bit. Dylan Sharman's, Blake Coppo's harassing the back of his McLaren. He hasn't been able to pull that gap that way. It's customary for Dylan.
No, Blake's really lifted his game in the last couple of weeks. So, and around here, that draft's going to give that little extra edge for him. Going back to Wayne C. Burke, may have been hearing he may have had a little bit of contact and losing a couple of spots.
I'll just head back and have a look at the replay.
Yeah, a few guys look like they're battling here for about 4 cars in a group.
We got Squeezer, he's past Steve Vainers now, he's up in the 4th spot. He's doing well coming from 7th. I'm sure he'd love to latch on the back of Anthony Kernich and battle with these top guys.
Yeah, give him a couple of laps. He's really got that track racing car going to the front of the field here.
Yeah, as he touched on in their warm-up lap, he hasn't had much time to practice, so he'll probably get faster as the race goes on, as he gets more and more used to the grip and the track.
Yeah, not about that amount of talent. Not even about to string four laps together and here I am running to the front of the field.
Tell you what, there's a lot of battles all up and down the McLaren field at the moment. We've got the 2 out the front with Blake Coppo and Dylan Sharman battling each other, but then you've got a big train of Craig Spark, Dave Hingston, Fabio Gonzalez and Wayne Burke.
Yeah, Corey Osborne, who started last in the field, slowly getting through. He's trying to get to the front of the McLarens as well, having some great battles of Warwick Spack and some of the other guys. Moved himself up to going on board with Blake Coppo here. We'll see if we can check out what sort of draft the McLaren's get around here at Daytona.
He got a really good run out of that bus stop chicane. He starts inching closer and closer.
And look at that little run off turn 4 of the oval. He's just about right up the back of Dylan's bumper.
Dylan positions the car well, though, just slightly moves it out to the middle of the track.
Wow.
Oh, but he's ran wide.
Outbraked himself and given Blake the lead. Oh, Dylan, he's kept the race back past him.
Blake Coppo's blinking a little. He's been having some dramas this season with dropping out of races. He'll be praying that that doesn't happen.
No, not when he's got that sort of pace on Dylan. Trying to hold onto that championship lead. Let's hope for the best for him.
They'll also be hugely off-putting for Dylan Sharman, because the headlight shining in his cabin from Blake Coppo will be coming and going. It'll be hugely off-putting for him.
Yes, I remember doing a V8 race at I was at Motegi last season. Daytona a night race, and the guy behind me was blinking the whole race. It was quite. I was just going to DPs, and Christopher Osborne trying to go around the outside of Sandman into turn 1. Koenig.
Yeah, Sam's doing a similar thing what Dylan Sharman did. He just position the car on the inside and let it drift up to the middle of the track to take turn 1. It makes it very hard to pass turn 1 on the outside.
Yeah, I think they get a pretty good slingshot out of that first corner too, and a bit more straight line of that first little S's there. Koenig still in third, and waiting to see if anything happens with the front two. Sandman's car definitely looks like he's got the pace through the infield, but the Daytona draft is letting the other two keep up by the looks of it.
Yeah, they're quickly catching Bruno. He'll be the first lap car down, I think. Hope nothing comes of that. He'll be sure they're the leaders of catching him. We did mention how quick these Rileys will close on the McLarens tonight.
Yeah, something strange. Bruno was up the front of the McLaren field and strange to see him way back in our last place in the and battling to stay on the lead lap.
Yeah, he's driving with plenty of speed. I know he was battling Dylan Sharman a couple of weeks ago at Montreal in Canada. So he must be having some sort of issue.
Yeah, they had a great battle until a couple of little internet dramas let them. Dylan and he got together.
Osborne has a look around the outside again, but better of it. Been watching Matty Barron's been closing onto these three leading Rileys. He's a battle. He's just slowly, ever but surely closing in on them.
Yeah, just edging away from Steve Venus and about 3 seconds off the lead bunch as the leaders get into the first lap car.
And Squizzer, he's just posted his fastest lap for the race, so he's definitely on it now. 38.3, which is a good time. We've got the pairing of the laps of the guys up there. They're sort of trading blow for blow, but to give you an idea, George Seaman's last lap was his fastest, and that's the leader of the race. It was only a 38.5, so Squizzer's 2 tenths quicker.
Osborne's
going to go around the outside.
Into the bus stop. Let's see if he can make this stick.
Oh, he's going to lose a lot of time out on the exit here.
Yeah, giving Sandman a break there.
I think the spot to do it, you got to out of the bus stop really good and try and get it done before turn 1.
Yeah, that's a.
May even see some guys using the apron throughout the night to try and get the move done. Just go to a race recall replay. We've got Mitch Aberhall's out of the race. He's disconnected. Had the 3 Lazy Man racing cars driving around together. And
yeah, he's disappeared a fair while back.
Yeah, internet issues unfortunately for Mitch Aberhall. He's just disappeared from the track, so it's unfortunate. Wizards will catch him up to these guys at the front really quick now. He's well within the draft of Anthony Kernich.
Definitely a man.
Just banged out. He's banged out at 37.9 that last lap. As he's getting more and more into this draft, the times are falling for him.
Just about the fastest man on track.
Go on board with Squizzer. Just watch how he goes through this bus stop chicane.
A little bit sideways into there. Hard on the brakes.
Commentator's curse has got him.
Yeah, lost a few car lids there. Jay must leave that commentator's in the curse in the booth every week. On board with Kernich. Look at him go on the inside of Osborne. Osborne shuts the door.
Good driving by the 3 of them. All those cars are on tenterhooks then. They managed to get through turn 1 cleanly. But it's brought Matty Barron straight back up to the tail of Kernich again.
And meanwhile, Salmon once again got that good drive out of the infield course.
Osborne way loose.
Locks it all up and it's given. Squeezer has a look but can't quite get the job done on Kernich.
It's what it's done is letting George Sandman really skip out. He may be able to break this draft the guys have been having on him.
Yeah, maybe the Aussie guys can work together and draft back up to him.
Anthony Koenig looks down the inside and he's got him into the bus stop. Nice move by Anthony Koenig.
Takes advantage of that bad little lock up off Osborne's and gets past him.
Osborne could strike back straight away here though. He's got a very good run. He's going to go up high.
Yeah, that Osborne car seems to have a fair bit of straight line speed.
Good,
and
Squeezer.
Barron's going to try and split the three.
Squeezer's going to go 3 wide. He thinks better of it. He pulls it
Osborne
out.
around the outside.
These guys battling has brought Steve Vainus into the picture. Well, I think Squeezer might be running less wing than the other cars. He seems to have a top end speed far better. I know he's getting the draft, but he's making that draft work exceptionally well at the moment.
Yeah, that thing does definitely have some straight line speed.
Maybe that's why he was mentioning that speed's so loose. He's got no rear wing in it for the straight line speed, but no downforce for the corners. We've been watching these Rileys. We go back to the McLarens. We've got Blake Coppo still just trailing around behind Dylan Sharma, not letting him get away.
No, just staying in touch with him. Might see if he can press him some more later in the race.
That might be a strategy of Blake. Dylan gets loose out of turn 1 and he's going through the S's there. He's managed to hold on again, but a little bit uncharacteristic of Dylan Sharma. You don't see him come up with little mistakes like that usually.
Yeah. Yeah, the Blake Blake's still got that blinking going on.
Yeah, like I said before, that'd be hugely off-putting for Dylan. I really feel for him at the moment. He'd probably be swearing at his computer screen, I think.
You're looking for the option to turn the headlights off. I just saw in the background Koenig's trying to drive around the outside of Osborne going into turn 1 in the DPs.
Wizard runs right out wide. He's looking at Anthony Koenig.
Sandman really driving away from the guys now. That low wing on Barron's car probably give him a bit longer braking distance as well.
Blake Coppo around the outside of Dylan Sharman heading into turn 1.
He tried this earlier. Dylan late on the brakes.
Super late, both of them on the brakes. Yeah, they were at the absolute braking limit. Good driving by the pair of them.
I sometimes get the feeling Dylan just doing enough to keep the car in front here.
We're going 3 wide on the back straight. The Rileys, we've got Koenig inside, Osborne and then Squeezer on the outside. Koenig has got the job done on Osborne, but Squeezer around the outside, he's going to hold on there, is he?
Oh, Squeezer.
No.
Makes it the third.
Osborne loses 2 spots and Steve Vainus must be licking his lips at the prospect again amongst these guys.
Yeah, this Barron definitely putting the moves on here.
They're providing fantastic race and we've still got 26 minutes left in this race. Man's really skipped out away from him once he's been able to break that draft.
Yeah, he's got about 5 seconds on Anthony Koenig at the moment. Throw a back over the next one. Coppo back into McLaren, trying to go around the outside Dylan again.
No, he was trying to get an over under there. I think Blake Coppo was wake up to it, was able to hold the apex. They just don't know where to look. Every time they get out onto the oval part, there's guys trying to make the move. Go back to the Rileys, Squizzes. Squizzes got it done into turn 1. From around the outside, and Osborne has a look around the outside of Kernich.
Yeah, these guys in some major McLaren traffic, and Osborne out into the grass and gets the move done on Kernich. Venus trying to make this as well. 3 wide.
Venus got the job done. Kernich just sort of hung out to dry a little bit there, but awesome racing by those guys, negotiating traffic while still passing each other. They're coming up on a pack of McLarens as well. It could cavalcade amongst the pigeons.
Matty Barron's skipped out on these guys with the little battles going on behind him. See if you can run down Sandman. Sandman's got about 4.5 second lead on Matthew Barron.
We've got the gains and losses up. We've got Squizzer up 5 spots. He's up in the second. The only other person to gain spots is Christopher Green, but we've got Canaan Berger and Ismon Twats, and both losing 2 spots. And Christopher Osborne, sorry.
Definitely glad you got Matt Brooks on.
Yeah, thanks, mate. That's a doozy.
In the GTs, we've got biggest mover in the field to Andrew Wren, up 4 positions. Corey Osborne as well, 4 positions. Wayne C. Burke up 3. Loser Bruno's down 9 spots, and Mitch Abrahall down 3 spots.
Just got while you're talking then, Christopher Osborne's got up the inside of Squizzer and made it stick in the turn 2.
Yeah, the guys just with the bit of McLaren traffic allowed Christopher to get a run with Matty and got the pass done.
Dave Hinkson wake up to the guys coming through.
Plenty of room.
I rate Squizz's chances of getting back past Osborne here. He's definitely close enough. Might tuck in behind for the bus stop as they negotiate McLaren of Dave Arnold. Oh, early braking by Osborne.
Powder. Having a few little internet issues of his own here.
Yeah, it's going to hurt Squizzer. He had to just sort of get out of the draft and negotiate that McLaren.
Squizzer
He really gets up on the tail. Man, he's got some speed in that car. Going to try and stick it around the outside again. Osborne loose under brakes.
Steve Venus line. Venus.
Going to a replay of Christopher Green.
Pit lane.
Oh yeah, director can't quite get that. Might stick with this battle between Chris Osborne, Squizzer and Steve Venus. Oh, great run off the corner, heading out onto the oval by Squizzer. He's down the inside. He's probably got down there a little bit too early. He's not going to get any draft.
No, they reckon you have the inside line for the stop though. Both of them pretty good lines.
Hey,
even
Squizzer
line.
He braked early and got out of it a little bit. Now he's under attack from Steve Vayners.
He gave Venus a little bit of a... Now Christopher Osborne skipped away from both those guys.
It's on 20 minutes left for the race.
Squeezer sideways
Vayners,
into
nice.
Yes, Matty a bit outbraked himself a little, and Steve got to get another break to miss him.
Blake Coppo hasn't let Dylan Sharman go away for the lead of this GT3 McLaren class either. Sitting there patiently. Maintaining the same gap lap after lap.
Yeah, it's normally the McLarens putting on the show for us, but like the DP boys are definitely trying to get some spotlight back on them. Dylan looks like he uses a lot of the curb going through that bus stop section.
Got a good battle between Wayne C. Burke and Fabio Gonzalez at the moment as Steve Vayners makes his way around the outside of him.
Yeah,
Wayne C. Burke goes up the outside.
Trying to get some draft off the DP to see if we can get the pass on Fabio.
Be a track that really suits Wayne Burke, I dare say. He's not a bad oval racer and he likes his road racing. It's a bit of a mixture of both for him.
Yeah, definitely very talented. He seems to get in most of the broadcasts.
Just makes way for Anthony Kernish to slip up the inside.
Just watching.
Quizzo just got a little bit held up there by Craig Sparks, so Osborne might be able to get back at him here.
Yeah, Christopher got a good run out of that. He felt section on his way.
The Craig Spark, he's haven't really spoken about him, but he's doing a good job in third spot for his class.
Yeah, I haven't really seen him too much on that top spot, but he's definitely driven up to. He started down the field and driven up to the third spot.
Yeah, he's got a pass. Bruno and Fabio, both pretty good steerers in the McLaren.
Yeah, just watching our leader of the race, putting a lap. He's just put a lap on the leading McLaren guys and Sharman and Coppo. He's still out about a 6-second lead on Matty Barron.
Matty Barron's copping a lot of pressure from Chris Osborne behind at the moment.
Yeah, Osborne's definitely. Yeah, Matty and Barron off the track.
Squeezer. Gone wide, will he be able to hold Vayners? Vayners is through as well. Go to a race recall replay. Squeezer running a little bit wide. A little bit too deep on the brakes.
Coming up on the back of Coppo, and he's outbraked himself a little bit and just run off the track.
Oh, Blake Coppo. Coppo's got a cut track of some description. He really slowed down, and that's let Dylan get away. We'll have a look at the replay of Blake Coppo. Really closed up on the back of Dylan Sharman, and yeah, he took way too much track coming on the exit of the bus stop.
Yeah, Barron, I guess he's trying to keep out of Barron's way as well. It's kind of killed his race for the moment.
Oh, we've got Osborne. Was he in the fence? Definitely off the track. I'm not sure if he got the fence or not. Oh, he's coming through the S's. He goes around the right-hander and just gets really loose with too much wheel spin that shifts him towards the fence. And I don't think he'll get any damage out of it. He just scraped the fence. But he's definitely lost quite a few spots out of that.
This touch doesn't look like there's too much damage on the car at all. Yeah, Steve Vano's who's been sitting back and forth watching all the action, now up to second's position. Meanwhile, Sandman still just opens that gap a little bit more.
Yeah, negotiating those McLarens has really split those guys up now. I'm hedging my bets. We've got 13 minutes left. I think Matty Barron will catch Steve Vanus before the end of this race.
Yeah, just under a sec lead back to bit of traffic and bit of drafting might get back onto his bumper.
One guy that will be hoping they Squizzer catches up to Steve Vanus is Anthony Kernich, but he hopes they have a good old battle and gives him a shot to get him back up there.
Yeah, I was reading before, and Anthony was having a bit of internet issues and may have slowed some of his pace down. Or Sharman almost off track trying to let as Osborne laps in.
Dave Arnold and Dave Hingston. Oh, Dave Hingston goes around the exit of turn 2. Touching on that Dave Arnold was really applying the pressure, and Dave Hingston just a bit too much gas and turned it around. Grab a replay for you guys up. Sorry, Scotty, you go, mate.
I was going to say get a little bit on the power a little bit early and lift it. I guess that they might be struggling with a few tyre issues late in the race here. The guys, earlier complaining the track was quite slippery and they're running quite low downforce here, so late in the race. And as the fuel load burns off,
got the different comparison of laps between Coppo and Dylan, and Coppo's pulled in a second. He's got some pace on board, and I'd say the traffic may have hampered Dylan a little bit.
Yeah, he's trying to get some luck back after that penalty from earlier. We had Simon Ports retire in that GP by the looks of it. Just looking at Bernard Berger here.
Yeah, he's got Osborne all over the back of him.
Yeah, Osborne trying to put a lap on him. Oh, it is
full position. Yeah, Bernard actually got past when Osborne went off track 4 laps ago.
Wow, that was dipped into that stop there.
So Bernard did a good job then.
Back into McLaren's. We've got Fabio and Quincy Burke still hard at it.
Yeah, these guys haven't let up all race.
No, definitely has some sweats going on by the end of it.
Yeah, Wayne has a go, and then Fabio has to go back. So it's good racing by the pair of them. You really see Wayne pull up. Oh, Wayne nearly crashed in the back of Fabio then on the straight.
Wayne's McLaren seem to have an awful lot of straight line speed.
Yeah, definitely close that gap.
Fabio hugging
the
that
over
line
and
into
under.
inside. Yeah, Fabio just hugging the inside into turn.
Oh, Wayne Burke.
Hard into the
Huge. A pit wall come out of nowhere and smack.
Wow, going
Go on board
board.
for the replay. Wayne Burke just all up behind Fabio. I dare say he was blinded a little bit. He's moved to the left and the pit wall's just there and really no reaction at all. He couldn't react that quick and that would be massive damage for his McLaren, I think.
Yeah, that can't be good for it at all. Back up to the front of the DPs.
They were squeezer around the outside of Steve Vanus now, so they'll be position done by the time he gets to start finish line. Moves him up in the second spot. He gets loose into turn one.
The squeezer must have been watching some early Rally Australia footage. Big slide into turn one.
Wayne Burke around at the bus stop. He's definitely struggling with that car now. I
Yeah,
think he'd have bent steering or something.
Yeah, it doesn't look. Oh, look at it. Doesn't look too healthy at all. Trying to see if we can get his McLaren back to pit lane.
Got Bernard Berger. He's still holding off Osborne. Doing a mighty job.
Yeah, I wonder if Christopher suffered a bit more damage than we thought. May have affected the error on the car.
We'll go for the gains and losses of the DPs. Got Corey Osborne is up. Sorry, we've got the wrong one up. DPs is Matty Barron. He's moved up the 5 spots, back up in the second spot. Steve Vanus up too. The biggest loser was Christopher Osborne. He's down 6 with his off track.
Yeah, the Skis are definitely doing an awesome job tonight. I was just looking at the gains and losses for the GT3 class, and we've got biggest mover and shaker in the field is definitely Corey Osborne up 8 spots, Andrew Wren up 5, Sharman Cobbo still where they started. Biggest loss is Bruno Steele with minus 8 spots. Now Wayne Burke down 2 as well.
Only got 5 minutes and 40 odd seconds left for the race.
Yeah, watching Sam to about 10-second lead over Barron and Reynolds.
Yeah, they're still having a bit of a battle.
Yeah, he's doing it very easy after that. He broke that draft when the Aussie guys got into it. Matty Barron just about 0.4 in front of Steve Vaduz as they come to lap slower car of Bruno.
I was just watching there, Steve Vanus's Riley didn't seem too close on Squizz's Riley too quickly, so I think he may be running a bit more wing than Squizzer.
Yeah, Matty just enough of a gap that he didn't quite get the draft on him.
Bernard Berger has a go at, Chris Osborne has a go at Bernard Berger. Berger's got the run in on the inside.
Trying to go around the outside, and there's hard work.
Be frustrating for Christopher.
He definitely had one of the fastest cars in the field. Just goes to how good the draft is around here.
Thank you, Steve Vanus, well in the draft of Quizzer. Might just watch this to see how much he can close up.
Starting to pull him in here as they get to the start-finish line.
Three attempts since the bus stop.
Oh, look up the inside. Only to one. Oh, so close to the pit wall.
That is great braking by Steve Vanus. He's got a reputation of one of the best brakers in the series, and he proved it just then.
Thinks better of it and lets Matty get back in front. About 2 minutes 50 seconds left in the race.
So I've got George Sandman, he's heading around to the start-finish line, so I think it'll be 2 more laps from... sorry, he's just heading up to the bus stop. He'll get to the finish line before the clock counts down, so I think there'll be 2 laps after this lap.
Yeah, might just sneak in another lap in here. We got Fabio. Still holding it to 4th place. Big battle of Wayne Burke. Wayne C. Burke's unfortunately retired after that image.
We've got teammates of Dave Hingston and Andrew Wren having a good battle in the McLarens for position 13 and 14 outright.
Andrew standing towards the back of the field. We're just looking at Crystal Osborne after he's got his Bernard. He's running down Anthony Curtis, but only about 2 second. Anthony's only got about 2 second lead over Christopher at the moment, with a minute to go.
Yeah, the last lap around, Anthony Koenig is a minute 40, and Osborne was able to do a low 38, so it could be a good chance he might get right up on the back of Koenig before the end of this. We've got Sammy just exiting the bus stop.
Should take he should take the white flag this lap.
Been a faultless drive by Sam Ann. Soon once he got the break in that draft, he hasn't put a foot wrong. He's really put his head down and hit his lap times, and been consistent. It's really proved the difference for him tonight.
Yeah, he definitely held his head together early in the races. You know what, Christopher and Matty tried to attack him from behind for the lead. Second and third still up for grab with Matty and Steve Venus.
Well, just have a look at Sam there. He's just come onto the oval for the last time. He's been around the banking of the Daytona circuit. Been a really good effort from Sam Andy. You're really pumped with that, coming back and racing this race. Had quite a bit of bad luck over, especially last season, so well done to him.
Yeah, it's pretty, like I said, faultless performance from the champion that he is. Hopefully, George, you'll we'll see you back next week for this race.
Yeah, as he takes the checkered flag. Awesome drive by him. There's Squeezer and Venus. Wow. Squeezer got it by 2 thousandths of a second. Matthew Barron got over Steve Venus. We'll just have a look at the replay of that finish. That is ridiculous close. Had a tiny little bump heading towards the start-finish line. Wow. I think it was only the inside line that got Matty Barron home.
Yeah, just enough down there. Enough of a shorter path that he got the job done on Steve.
Yeah. We got Dylan Sharman bringing home the victory for the McLarens.
He comes off turn 4.
Sort of like George Samman in the Rileys. Once he was able to break that draft, he was able to just put his head down, hit his lap times, and run away with the win.
Yeah, it's a bit of bad luck for Coppo copping that off-track, cut-track penalty and kind of spoiled his run there. There we go, a race winner, George Samman, the Orion race team in the DPs.
And Dylan Sharman taking the victory in the GT3 McLarens. We get the results of the DPs. We've got George Samman disappeared on me. George Samman completing 29 laps. Matty Barron with that super close finish just gets home second ahead of Steve Venus. Anthony Kernich in 4th. Christopher Osborne 5th. Bernard Berger in 6th. Christopher Green come home in 7th. And Sismond Schwartz in 8th.
And in the GT3 class, we got Dylan Sharman taking that win from Blake Coppo, Craig Spark, Fabio Gonzalez, Corey Osborne, David Arnold, David Hingston, Andrew Wren, Wayne Hewitt, Bruno DeCamo, and over the page, we've got Wayne C. Perk, Warwick Spack, and Mitchell Abrahall.
Wow, what a fantastic race. Well, I think we've got Squizzer on the line. Matty Barron, super finish, mate. Well done.
Yeah, cheers, guys. That was probably one of the most awesome races I've ever done in the DP. The traffic didn't really play too much of a part, but didn't have to. The draft was just incredible.
Yeah, your car seemed to have a fair bit of straight line speed. Were you running a lot lower wing compared to the other guys?
Well, I was running the minimum wing, which I would assume that everyone else was running for maximum speed, but when you get 2 cars in front of you, the draft is just insane, and then when they pull too wide, the draft gets even bigger. It's crazy.
That was a very, very close finish.
Yeah, probably one of the closest I've had in the DP. I've never been side by side all the way around that oval section with the DP. So
My timing's showing thousandths of a second. I don't think they get much closer than that, mate.
yeah, I got 3,000 on this end. So yeah, that's like yeah, you only see that in qualifying. So to get that at the end of a race, it's just awesome.
Yeah, especially after 45 minutes. Definitely did well. You're coming from, what was it, 7th on the grid.
Yeah, yeah. I wish though that they left it as the enduro because it's Daytona. They have the Rolex 24 here to pretty much start the motor racing year. So it'd be nice to have a pit stop, but 45-minute sprint race definitely spiced it up this season.
Yeah, Daytona definitely the home ground for these cars.
Oh well, it's a super race. We might start to wrap it up. We've got don't forget we've got V8s on Monday night from Canada at Circuit Dual Nerves.
Yeah, definitely looking
Yeah.
forward to that. I'm judging by the guys running around in practice. Everyone seems to be loving it at the moment.
Yeah, everyone seems to comment on the track was made for the V8, so expecting a good race there. And then of course
Yes.
we got the trucks next week from the Brickyard. Should be exciting race.
Yeah, that should be interesting if anything like last night's race.
Well, thanks for commentating with us tonight, Scotty. I think Matty Hill might be back filling the seat next week.
No worries, mate.
But
Glad I could fill in.
thanks to our director Seb, doing an awesome job as always, and thanks also to Squizzer for some of the comments before and after the race, mate.
No worries, guys. Glad to be part of it.
That completes round 7 of the Grand Am series, brought to you by V8s Online, Track Racer, and Thrustmaster. Your winners tonight, Riley, was George Sandman, and the winner for the McLaren was Dylan Sharman.